gentlemen, your host for tonight's show.
Here, I'll break it over your. I'll break it over your head.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You're a real crumb bum.
See, these guys are all the same.
With filthy mouths and bad attitudes.
The Crumb Show.
Play every word of it, Crumb.
I come walking out of a bar with a prostitute.
You can't just lie and cheat and break the rules you don't like.
Get away from me, you crumb.
Friggin' wise ass.
Who are these crumbs?
Some shady characters.
You're a goddamn disgrace.
Put that on camera, Crumb.
Welcome to the Crumb Show.
Welcome to the Crumb Show. I'm Fats Ciccarella. This is Jesse Marchese, Chris Reynolds, and Jerry Joe Pesci.
Here at the Crumb Show, we like to get into the crumb side of life. We're all crumbs, so let's face it and laugh about it. So what's up? This week we're going to start off with a Chris Reynolds crumb story. What you got this week, Chris?
Well, as I said in the last show, you know, I had a stepdad, biggest crumb of all time. And we talked about a little bit about differences of crumbs, you know, like real quick as a disclaimer, you know, crumbs come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. You know, you got your lovable crumbs and your not so lovable crumbs. Well, we're on the not so lovable crumb side. Because this guy, he was terrible. So like this week, I'll tell you a little story about how, like, you know, we were poor growing up and everything, but we all had jobs and we weren't starving. I'm not wasting away here. My brother's like not wasting away. My sister, God rest her soul, we never went without. We're good. We worked, had our food. But this guy, he built this giant cart, all right, for whatever purposes. We'll get into that.
What kind of cart we talking
here? It was like
here?
a big wagon, but like a giant, like a, you know, them flyer wagon.
Like out of wood.
Like a hand
Big
pull,
wood, yeah,
pull
hand
wagon.
that he would pull across town with his tools and anything he had.
Built it himself.
Built it himself. Maybe. I don't know. He did. And he said it just showed up one day. He's like, and I'm like,
It was probably somebody's trash can shit he stole
Yeah.
from him.
But it was like this table almost with wheels and a fucking.
Like a BJ's cart at a
He
Costco.
stole somebody's trailer.
It was a big fucking cart. So what he would do is, because he's such a, like, he would go around to different food shelters and he would fill his cart up. And then he would call, because this is my stepdad, but his actual kids would not even give him the time of day. So he would always call me because for some reason I'd be like, whatever, I'll help this guy, whatever. So he'd be like, oh, can you help me come pull this cart? It's heavy. I got all this food. We don't need the food. We got food, like I said, but he wants to go get food. So one time I'm helping him do this. I'm dragging the cart and see this guy, and he's like, oh, you brought me some dinner. And he's like, I'm just kidding. He's like, but can I have some? And he's like, he looks at the guy, he's like, I'm not in the habit of giving away food.
Was this a homeless guy?
Yeah. And I'm like, looking at myself, what a piece of shit. You just got all this free food that we don't fucking need. And it's going to sit in the fucking counter, because when you go to food cupboards real quick, you know, like whatever, you get the fucking people's fucking expired fucking shit, you know, cranberry sauce and fucking
Outdated ding-dongs.
outdated fucking
Cans of
three
lima
bean
beans.
salad and like bullshit stuff that's like
The white boxes that just say raisins on them.
the containers that just say pork with a pig on it. It's like just a metal can.
Pork nuts.
You know, like government shit. You know, what are we doing here? So I'm like, you know, there's a couple of good things here and there, but anyway, like this guy was like, he was all like, looked all sad. We was like right down the street. So I was like, you know what, fuck this. So I went in the house and I took all the shit up to the house. And then I took a bag and just started throwing all like good shit. Like there was some like oodles of noodles and some oatmeal and some. I didn't give him any of the crumb shit. I gave him some good shit.
Yeah, stuff you might want to eat.
And then I went fucking back. It was a block away, half a block away, because he was not technically homeless,
Here's a
but he
bunch
lived
of
in one of
stuff
them
you have
things.
to cook, you homeless bastard.
Well, he wasn't homeless. He
Throw it
lived.
at him.
He lived like a half a block down. He did have a place, but he's like, so he did have like access to stuff. But so he was like, but dude was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm gonna go eat right now. He's like, I'm starving and everything. And I go back and I say to this guy, I'm like, what is your problem? I'm like, you go to church every week. You go to these food cupboards. You get all this food, and then one guy asks you for food. You're getting all this help for no reason. You won't give this fucking guy a fucking pack of oatmeal. And he kept saying, like, I told you I'm not in the habit of giving away food. Like this guy. So, I mean, do you know anybody that would like do that? Like, who does that?
I know a lot of crumbs, and from all the stories that I've heard from you over the years, he takes the cake.
He's getting free food from a soup kitchen,
Yeah.
and he's not in the habit of giving out free stuff.
I mean,
But he's getting free stuff.
but he's getting free stuff.
He's
What a piece of shit!
He's
That's
literally a
fucking piece of
crumb
shit. That's a crumb.
that takes the cake.
That's a bad crumb, though.
I told you this is on the darker side of the crumb.
He
line.
might have to get his picture on this fucking wall, dude. That's a fucking king
Hall of
crumb.
Fame.
He is.
That's the Crumb Hall of
Yeah, I'm
Fame
telling
right
you,
there.
I got a million of these stories. This is just for this week. I'm not. I don't like to give away too much because we got plenty of fucking stories to go. But yeah, it just like
It didn't feel bad about turning that homeless guy that you went back to.
here's like real quick. I will because this isn't really a crumb story, but like this dude, like we moved like so many times to the point where we lived in a house connected to the church that was supposed to be for like pastors and this dude cried
Where the shit went
this
down
dude
with the altar
cried
boys.
and begged. He was relentlessly his motto, and this was like all contributions gratefully accepted. Like he was that
Right.
dude. So like the church, we were basically gonna be homeless, but the church let us move into this place. And the problem I got with this is like with both of my parents in that sense was like they were like comfortable with that. It was, we have a place to live, great.
Was
You
it
know,
a
like,
Catholic church?
No.
Yeah, you're safe.
But I'm just saying, I'm like, no, they're giving you the opportunity to like get out, like get on your feet and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But these people were just like from a certain era where it was just like, I don't know, like
No, that's not a certain
I
error.
don't
That's just
know.
a mind state.
Right, like
gimme.
Yeah, like good enough. A good enough attitude. But like, yeah, so this is the kind of dude he was. He would like cry and beg to the church, we don't got nowhere to go. To the point where they'd let us move into the damn church almost, you know? Like these people, they really, I know it's selfish, but these people really don't understand what that does to a kid. Like, people know you live in a fucking church house. It's not fun to be like, oh, I would try to play it up like, they'd be like, talk about cutting the grass. I'm like, I got a gardener. Like, yeah, because you live in a fucking church. It's not your gardener.
Can't even be cool about it.
Yeah, it's called a groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, you got to try something when you're in that situation to try to like make yourself, you know, feel like better about living in a fucking church. But so this guy,
Free wine.
this guy, no, it's not the kind of church. They had grape juice. It was grape juice.
Did you have a bunch of old ladies come clean your house after the church?
I don't know what, probably, but basically what I'm getting at is he was so deep into the church and tried to portray himself as Christian.
Yeah, they're the worst ones.
I'll get into those stories later, but that when he did this to this guy, basically like down in his luck guy with no food, it's like that's one of the main reasons
He was a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
that I cannot like take the church 100%. It's not the church's fault, but a lot of people that put on that facade, like, hey, look at me, I go to church and I'm a good guy.
Yeah, they're the worst ones,
fucking
dude.
crumb.
They're always the worst.
So like, but that's like, because I felt like going to these fucking taking his picture to all these fucking things and be like, see this guy comes in, tell him to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like at a bodega when you have bad checks, like in the old Seinfeld episode, they're on the wall, just put a picture up there.
But anyway, yeah.
Get this Crumb out.
I mean, that's basically that's my stepdad Crumb story of the week. So maybe we'll talk about it a little later. But
do you think that's the worst story?
No, that's definitely not the worst
man,
story.
folks, you got
that is like
coming in.
That's like we're building up to the worst of the worst here. This is just a little Crumb shit that
we're
he did.
trying not to get canceled here.
Yeah.
But you don't want to hear some. I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to warn you beforehand that this might be not safe for work nor sensitive people because it's some shit. But
You hear that? So subscribe. Keep listening to these
You want to hear
episodes.
some more Crumb stories about my stepdad? Subscribe.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you. And like I said, I'm. Some of these are going to be a little on the like trigger people's side because everybody gets triggered by shit. But some of these might be able to relate. I don't know.
Hear you. What a fucking Crumb.
What a and see that? You see what he's doing there? He used to do that. That's a trigger for me.
I see you starting to sweat over there a little bit.
Did that mean you were a jerk off, or he wanted some action?
Anytime I would try to be cool sometimes with him, and I would talk about something like in my life, and he would just sit there like,
Nah, what a jerk off.
like,
Are you sure he wasn't just horny?
I don't know. He never tried to touch me in a sexual way. I'll give him that. He beat the shit out of me all the time, but never like touch my privates.
Right.
On purpose.
Hey.
That
Good for him. Good for him.
I never beat my mom. He always just beat me or my brother and sister. If I wasn't,
I'd rather take it than my mom getting beat up. Though I'd take that ass whooping any day.
Yeah, but he never even thought about that.
Right.
But anyway, that's a whole. Like I said, let's not get into any more stories because we're saving for the.
Show them what happens when you spill paint in the garage.
Yeah.
Looks just like a cigar
This is
burn,
what
don't
you
it?
get.
Yeah.
Smoke them up, Johnny.
Make me a turkey sandwich. That was pretty good. I'm looking forward to more stories about your stepdad. We have to come up with a name for him.
Yeah.
We obviously don't want to put his real name on blast, but we should come up with a good name for that dude.
We called him Dickie. That was his. That was
That
his
fits.
actual nickname.
That definitely fits.
Dickie Dad.
Dickie the Crumb.
Dickie the
Dickie
Crumb.
the Crumb. Okay.
There you go.
All right. I like that. I like that. Stories.
You know who else is a fucking Crumb? A celebrity Crumb. But you all already know it.
Yeah.
Courtney Love's been in the news lately.
Oh,
Big
my
time.
God. What'd she do? I didn't hear it. What did she do?
Remember, I
She
seen her
must have
snatch.
did an interview recently with somebody and was talking about how Brad Pitt screwed her out of the role to be in Fight Club. And she turned the director onto the book and he wrote her into the script. But when Brad Pitt came along, he had her axed because he always wanted to play Kurt Cobain in a biopic. And she said no and wouldn't let him.
I can see him.
No shit.
That was like his little kick in the ass for her.
Right.
She released a new album that came out. She's trying to promote.
Just recently it came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she made a song called Justice for Kurt.
Aw.
But refused to put it on the album.
What a bitch.
She left it off of there because she doesn't want him to steal her spotlight, I guess. One last time. I don't know. She's a fucking weirdo.
She's a nut job, dude.
She, like, before she moved to, like, UK or wherever the fuck she moved to, she, like, gave
The bloody
Dave
Reds.
Grohl and all them, like, all the rights to everything. To do what they want, I guess. And Frances Bean has a lot of say or whatever. But now she kind of wants to retract her shit.
Sure she does.
I mean,
Yeah, she ran out of money.
Yeah, she ran out of money.
Yeah.
She needs that hair.
Nobody
on.
cares about Hole.
Yeah, she needs. She wants some smack.
If they brought the original Hole back, maybe they could sell some.
that hole's never coming back.
Yeah, that Hole's been.
Me, bro.
I dug her shit. Didn't we see her in a concert live? I thought she.
I'm
was at
just
one of the
saying,
festivals.
if Hole came back out, there would be a fan base that would go for
Nuts.
like people our age,
Yeah,
women.
absolutely.
that
I was
would
a fan of her.
Like, there's like
Doll
all
Parks?
these '90s festivals of like all these '90s bands coming out, and just like if they jumped on there, people would buy. That's just how the nostalgia is everything. But she hasn't done that. She just wants to get that free Nirvana money.
They should all link up for a tour.
Right.
Hole, Bush, Butthole Surfers.
You know what female band I always liked when
Called
especially when I was a
Triple Penetration.
kid? The Bangles, man. Dude, that chick, the lead singer, what's her name from the Bengals?
A chick with the short dark hair.
Yeah, dude, she's like
I used
60-some
to
years
know that.
old.
Had
And
like
is
one-
beautiful still to this day.
They had the one good song, "Walk with an Erection." What else did they got?
Manic Monday.
Eternal Flame.
That's not
Eternal Flame was.
When I was
I'm not
the
saying
Bengals.
it's. I like
The
the
Bengals is Manic Monday?
Yes, I know that for a fact because I was a huge Bengal fan at 10 years
It
old.
does sound like it.
Give
does,
it a goog.
No, it is Manic Monday. It
Yeah.
does sound like
Just another
what's her name?
Manic Monday.
What's her name is with the short hair. Girls just want to have fun.
That's Cyndi Lauper.
It sounds like
Another
Cyndi
one.
Lauper.
That's not Cyndi Lauper, but
But
that's
sounds,
the Bengals.
It sounds all
Yeah.
the same kind of.
Yeah.
But Manic Monday, Eternal Flame was huge,
Yeah.
and Walk Like an Egyptian.
I used to sing all those songs as a
They're
10-year-old.
more than a one-hit wonder.
Now that's something to see, folks. Fat man at 10 years old singing.
I did a killer
fucking
rendition of
Bengals
Eternal
songs.
Flame.
Well, who's your like old school celebrity crush?
Oh, man.
Everybody had one.
Yeah.
I don't know now that I'm putting on the spot. There's so many.
We know it was Wendy.
No, yeah.
Wendy
Burgers
Thomas.
were great. The one was this chick from, I don't even know her. I'm bad with memorizing names or memorize anything in life. But the chick from Dream a Little Dream that we were talking about last week with Corey Feldman, that chick, I was in love with that chick growing up.
I don't know who that is. Who
Yeah,
is that?
she's probably a nobody, but
Because I never watched that movie. I thought it was, as soon as I saw Corey Feldman in his attire at the time, and I was not interested in
Feldman.
watching
I
any
was a
Corey
huge
Feldman
fan of
movies.
Corey
after
Feldman.
that.
Yeah, fucking jerk off.
We talked about him all last week.
Not
We're
now,
never
I'm
bringing
not.
him up again.
But back then I was.
Well, that's your unknown, like lower celebrity
Yeah.
crush. Who else?
Corey Feldman is your celebrity crush.
No, the chick.
Corey Haim is the better.
That's my celebrity crush now, Corey Feldman. No, the chick that was in that movie with him was, but I don't know. Back then, I don't know.
Well, you probably got a better chance of banging him than her, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
nothing wrong with it. I don't know.
Piper Laurie.
Who's that? I'm so bad with remembering names.
Was that her name?
That's her. That's her. The chick with the black hair. Yeah, that's her.
just told
Yeah,
you.
that Piper Laurie. There it is. There it is.
you go.
That was my little boy crush back then. Yeah.
So we're talking now,
Yeah.
or are we talking back? When
Had a thing for Jan Brady too.
because when I
Either or.
was when I was younger, Alyssa Milano was my. I thought she.
Oh my God, I forgot
was
about her.
everybody.
See, now they're coming out. Melissa Milano.
But I thought, I dream Barbara Eden. I Dream of Jeannie. She's another one.
Barbara Eden. You look close enough, you could see Bush.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano, she was pretty.
HDTV was like incredible stuff. When it
Who's
first
the
came
boss is coming back out now?
out. With Alyssa Milano?
Yeah,
No shit. And Tony?
Tony Danes.
Oh, yeah?
That's like the
What about her
thing now.
brother?
He was just a mob boss in that Raising Canaan show. Or whatever.
Is Angela
Oh,
going to
yeah?
be in it?
Tony?
Yeah.
No shit. Okay.
Mona is
was
dead.
good.
I believe.
What about Angela?
Nah, they're probably both gone.
Angela's not dead, is she?
I don't know.
There's Tony D. He's got to be up in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be, yeah.
Mona's dead.
100%.
but they
He was
still
in
got
Broad City
Mona's
as the dad in
vagina.
Broad City. What's that?
I said Mona's dead, but they still got Mona's vagina.
Hey,
She was a whore on that show,
well,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Shout out to the whores on the TV shows back in the day. They
the old
made it fun.
whores.
Blanche, of course.
Yeah, Blanche.
Oh, Blanche. Yeah, Blanche.
Blanche was the ultimate.
She was with
She
my
was the ultimate old whore.
yeah. She was what my grandma would say. She had peanut butter legs.
Reminds
because
me of
they
a
spread
story.
easy.
Reminds me of a story. Norristown, 1994.
But a lot of those 80s shows had like promiscuous women. Like
Yeah.
you said, Blanche. Who started this conversation off?
I don't know.
No.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about
Celebrity
before
crushes.
Blanche. We were talking about
Oh, Mona.
Mona.
Mona was a whore.
Angela.
Who was the next one I said?
I don't know if you can.
Blanche was a whore.
I don't know if you can really call her a whore, but Carla.
She's somebody's
she just
grandmother,
loved
for
to
Christ's
fuck. She
sake.
had
Carla who?
Tortelli. She had
No, Carla
she had
Chiarelli
fucking
just like
kids.
the fuck.
She just like the fuck.
Yeah.
She wasn't a whore, though.
No. Yeah, there were no whores on Cheers.
But you know what? There's no. I don't remember ever
But
seeing.
come on now, a bar underground in Boston, there's got to be a coke whore somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
Like, hey, I'll fuck you in the car if you give me a line.
I'm wicked
Fuck me
smart.
harder, fuck me harder. There
wicked
got to be
smart.
one of them. Yeah,
Meet
you're
me at
wicked
the
hard. You're wicked hard. Yeah,
You're
but
right.
that was
But do
that
you
was
remember-
a good aspect of a show because when they were planning the show, like, let's have a chick that talks about sex all the time.
Yeah.
like somebody in a meeting like this was like, all right, what's the cast going to be? All right, we got the like who's the boss, for example? We got the Brooklyn single dad,
Angela,
with the precocious 11-year-old daughter. They're going to move in as housekeepers to this well-off single business executive and her sexually ambiguous son and her whore mother. Like, how does that come out? Like, let's have the mom talk about sex, even on Sex in the City. The one chick is known for being a whore.
Now, do you think Tony ever banged Mona?
Tony D.
There was that chick on Bosom Buddies.
Come on, man.
That was like, she was an older chick. I don't know if, Bosom Buddies, that's kind of an old reference, but there was a chick like that. All those 80s shows had, I'm not going to say all of them, but they had like an old lady who was like sassy, I guess you would say.
Yeah, an old whore.
Yeah, an old whore. Okay, we're going to be.
Well, Bosom Buddies was like the start of that Hollywood shit where I'll make you wear a dress.
Yeah.
Get you famous type shit.
But do you remember like old ladies like that in real life? Like, now you think about like old ladies, like who was the promiscuous old lady when you were little? Like,
Shout out Esther.
Hit that subscribe button, Esther.
Spread it around the senior center for us.
But
there wasn't any back then.
Real quick,
there was none we know, but
yeah,
who did we know? How many old ladies?
you
did
think
you
about
know?
your grandma, your aunts, and all that. Like, they don't have no friends that were promiscuous.
We did know one.
We
did know
wait,
one.
the
We
famous
did know
one. In
one.
Norristown. Should I say her name?
No,
I don't know. It's
my God, I want to say
it's a nickname,
right?
but we don't want to say.
Oh,
You have to join the Patreon when we start one for that, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, that
that's
was pretty
right. I
funny.
forgot about
But
that.
Mona, but like, you got to think about it. Like, when we were young, we were looking at Alyssa Milano, but like our dads or grandfathers were probably checking out Mona too, because she was like, all about it. And I would,
Yeah, that's like our age now.
Use one of my grandpop's favorite sayings. If I could get it up, I'd jab you.
Hey,
But like, it's okay for us to say, oh, when I was that age, I liked Alyssa Milano from that show. But at our age, we can't say I still like Alyssa Milano from that show because she was 15. It's weird. It's creepy. I don't know how. So I got to we got to make that, make that clear
From
that
Charmed.
If I was,
I like Alyssa Milano.
when I was 15 or 13, I thought, because she's our same age, I thought she was hot. But as she grew up, she's still hot.
she's still a good looking girl.
Yeah. Isn't she like going a little goofy with some right wing shit or some
Yeah, don't they
I'm thinking
all?
more left wing than right wing.
left wing? I don't know.
I don't know though, but
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say anything because I don't. I heard some things. I heard she's like went off the deep end somewhere or another with certain things, but I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano was a huge. I think across the board for guys our age that were at that age when she came out.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you don't say that was your instant celebrity crush and somebody brings it up, you're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
like she'll be in your top few. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like just like I did, because I forget everything, and then once somebody said like that's it.
Yeah, you pick some random chick that we had to Google.
Because that was definitely one of them, though.
Right.
Because I remember that movie and watching like, yo, that's going to be my girl when I'm going to marry her when I get older. You know what I mean? Like,
one of my young celebrity crushes was a girl that was on a Ruby Tuesdays commercial.
See what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
You know, Wendy
And
was
his
a girl.
crush was Ruby Tuesday.
Wendy.
Oh.
There was a. I told you. Oh, I told you I know this guy who took me across to Hawkins to go check out these. He was like, I know these chicks. Her name's Ruby Tuesday. I'm still to this day. I don't think there was a girl. I couldn't have been a real name.
he probably
that was
seen
an
the same
escort.
commercial as me.
She
Well,
was an
she wouldn't
escort.
let us in, and we had to wind up taking a cab back to town and then jumping out of it because he didn't. The whole night was just. It was an insane thing, but that's a whole nother story.
You jumped out of a cab and ran?
And then I apologized. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen.
I didn't know he was a crumb.
The dude you were with jumped out and ran.
And then I'm like,
okay.
He left him there.
I'm like, wow, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, guy. I didn't want to do this, but I had to jump out and run.
But I
through.
have no choice but to rob you right now.
I have no money.
Sorry, you can't send this money back to your family because I took a ride here with a crumb and I'm bouncing.
Yeah, it was a poor decision.
Yeah.
Poor decision.
Well, life's is full of poor decisions.
It is.
Just like these two people in Florida that were driving a car a couple months ago, driving an SUV, and Buddy was receiving, how do we say it, oral pleasures from his girlfriend.
Hold on, what did you do? Switch over?
Yeah.
We didn't switch over. We didn't go around. I didn't tell you my celebrity crush.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rewind.
But straight up, right now, I'm going to tell you, and I know that it would never happen because even though opposites attract, it would never happen.
This is going to be a good one.
She would never be forever my girl because I'm way too cold-hearted and crazy cool. But I had a thing for Paula Abdul when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So much that I knew her birthday, right?
Right.
And I used to go to the store to play numbers for my family all the time when a 15-year-old could go play numbers.
Okay.
And I knew her birthday. Probably 50 cents left over, $1, whatever it was. I think it was $1. So I played her birthday like a real crumb.
Did you hit it?
Sitting there watching TV that night, right? And I seen it was, about to be number time, 7 o'clock. I stood up and I was by myself. And I hate when this badass shit happens when you're by yourself.
Right.
But we had an electric lift up chair, so I had to get the button.
Got one right now.
I had to get one to put the thing down, right? And I stood up and I said, "Let me put the number on because I'm going to hit it." Old school.
Right.
The fucking number came out straight.
You hit it.
$290.
Woo! How old were you?
Paula?
Probably 15 or 16.
You were rich then.
Oh,
$290,
fucking
a 15-year-old?
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
As I got a tiny bit older, real quick, I'd throw out, and a lot of people might disagree with me, but my next, as I got older, was Jenny McCarthy back in the day.
I didn't like her forehead.
I wasn't looking at her forehead.
Yeah.
What were you looking at, Chris?
Her big heart and
Her big
There you
heart.
go.
inward.
Yeah.
Did you give her hard
She was-
hands?
Yeah, I
did
did.
have a-
Every time I see her, and I gave myself the heart.
Double fister. Whoa. Look out, buddy.
Marissa Tomei too.
Oh, but she's still.
Oh, my God. Now they're all coming out.
Yeah.
How come I can't think of one on the spot, but now,
She
what all
was-
your girls?
Yo, she was a great. She was a great Edith Bunker.
Yeah, she
that
was in that remake. That was pretty good.
She was. She was. She really was. Yeah.
She's a great.
I enjoyed that.
That was
Yeah.
good. That was good.
Yeah.
Archie Bunker is classic, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's a shame the world is so soft nowadays that they can't have people like George Jefferson, Archie Bunker,
Yeah.
Al Bundy.
Al Bundy.
Dudes like that on TV.
My dad loved Al
Like, Al Bundy didn't push the same buttons as Archie Bunker
Nah.
and George Jefferson, but it just sucks, dude. Like, and I understand, Al Bundy, there was a lot of sexual shit on there that maybe wouldn't fly today, and that's fine. We don't need that. But the humor, like, there's no good humor anymore.
Everybody's so sensitive today, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's terrible.
There was no racial tension on there either. It's like he played football.
It was more about
His
It was
best
more
friend,
about the
Griff.
the old husband wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Been
Exactly.
together
Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
Sick of her.
Right.
But let me
sick
ask
of
you
her
this:
shit.
What? How come? Okay, so everybody's so sensitive today, so everybody will complain about today. But how come nobody? How come nobody was sensitive to it back then? Like, why was?
Apparently they were, but
Nobody cared enough.
I don't
there was
think they
no
were,
social
though.
media though, so you had to call in the station.
Yeah, to write a letter.
Write a letter or call. People would be like the station just got 1 million calls and like
Right. We're kind of worried about
Yeah.
being drafted.
You couldn't ruffle feathers from the shitter.
I mean, I remember in school, you would watch that, with your family by yourself on a weekday night when it came out, and then in school, like whatever your friends were, whatever race they were, you would all talk about that show because all races were watching it.
Right.
Nobody had a problem. Everybody loved it. It was funny.
There was
Yeah.
10 channels. So
No, there were
everybody
6
can-
channels.
yeah,
PBS.
If you had a good
7,
antenna.
not to get
We got
in.
6 channels. If you had a good antenna.
Had to get bust out the code hanger.
Yeah, or the tinfoil.
But but it's obviously why people didn't say anything because think about it, like, and let's not get too deep into it, but we're all white people, right? So nothing really, like, we're all straight white males. So like all the stuff that Archie Bunker and even George Jefferson and all them didn't really affect us because but it more affected the minorities and people.
Yeah,
that
but
he
I
was
remember
talking
going to
about.
school talking
So
to my
we
black
didn't-
friends about it, and they enjoyed it too.
I'm just saying we didn't really know, we
Archie's
didn't
thing.
really feel any of the brunt of any of that stuff.
No, we didn't. But
We knew
the
people-
bottom line is it was funny, number one, and it was true, number two. People can't handle the truth nowadays.
I'm not gonna lie. I miss being called a honky. Great. It was great.
It's funny.
One of the best ones I ever heard.
Cracker was always funny to me.
Cracker's funny.
Yeah.
Some girl at school called my daughter a mayo monkey. And that was the most funniest shit
I've
that
never
I've ever
heard
heard
that.
in my life. Me?
Shout out to all the mayo monkeys out there.
Yo,
Vinny
It
told me
was
a good
funny
one.
as shit.
He said some dude called him bird shit. That was fucking great.
Bird shit, that's
Because
good.
bird shit's white.
Yeah,
that was, a
That was
good
pretty
one.
good.
One time a dude called me gray boy.
Gray boy?
Don't even know what it means
Nah.
to this day.
That means like you're dead. I
It's
guess.
directed towards me, so I guess I really can't offend anybody listening if it was directed towards me.
Right.
But we were in a little Chinese store that was jam-packed. Like maybe 1 in the morning on a Friday, midnight on a Friday. Small little Chinese store, not even as big as this room. There's probably 20, 30 people in there. Everybody's waiting for food after
Them chicken
a
wings.
party or something. Yeah, they're fucking great wings.
Yeah.
But,
Chinese food's always does.
And my buddies, the guys I was with, I guess they were always like on the defense for something happening to me because I was usually the odd man out, and in whatever crowd I was in. And when this dude called me a gray boy and insinuated some shit about anything, these 3 dudes I were with, it was like somebody lit a fucking fuse on them. They were
They got
defending
mad?
me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the 3 guys I used to hang with back.
But
in
what
the
does
day.
it mean, though?
It was derogatory in some way.
Well, if you ain't white and you ain't black, you're right in the middle. It makes you gray.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
I don't know. I never heard that before. Though.
These dudes, it was like somebody lit a fuse on these 3 dudes. They were defending me, and I had to get them out of there.
Look at you, the peacemaker.
Peacemaker. I don't want to go to fucking jail neither.
Right.
Yeah, nobody does.
Well, I guess
Nah.
Three hot to the cot.
a gray back would have been a little offensive.
I don't know what that means either.
Yeah.
Kind of like silverback.
Nah, it's like the down south people when they were fighting in the Confederacy. That's what they called the people that fought for the South.
Oh, yeah, graybacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
People up.
Oh, the blue and the gray? Oh, that makes sense.
Speaking of down south,
Yeah.
didn't you hear a funny story about down south?
Yeah, to pick up where I left off before I was rudely interrupted. No. So in Florida,
Oh,
a
Christ.
couple was driving a car, and the male driver was receiving, as I said before, oral pleasures. Woo! Nothing wrong with it. From his girlfriend.
For those of you that don't know, that's called roadhead.
Yeah. And during this thing, I guess, and I guess I would think it would be at the point of climax, he crashes into a UPS truck.
For those of you that don't know, climax is busting a nut.
Yep. Crashes into it. And
Man,
I've got so many thoughts about this story because, one, the University of South Dakota did a study on it, which I thought was hilarious.
Who did?
The University of South Dakota.
They did a study on what? On this case?
About sexual and I guess sexual accidents.
Yeah.
So like 30%, 37% of the students posted that they receive oral pleasures, or not oral pleasure, sexual activity while they're driving.
Okay.
Which I thought was a lot. Because like you very rarely see somebody getting roadhead while you're driving. I've seen it
Right.
before. I've seen it once. I've seen it happen.
You said you weren't paying attention, dude. Come on.
But listen. So I seen it once. So it happens, but it happens rarely. 37% is a lot, and that was just for the college kids. So that's a lot going. If that's just one South Dakota, who the fuck lives in South Dakota?
But what else is there to do in South Dakota except take a ride and
Right.
get your dick sucked?
I mean, if you're a guy like me,
But
Cornhole.
what happened after that? Like he crashed into the UPS truck. Did his package get damaged?
or could you say he delivered the package?
Whoa.
But if you're a guy like I got another point because like if you're a guy like me, I would love to receive that, but like I got a belly.
Right.
You only got so much space between my belly and the steering wheel, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't work for me.
Yeah.
it would. There's a movie.
I would think that something.
I would have
happened
to
down
put
there,
the seat all the way back,
There's a movie called
and then
Thinner.
But then I wouldn't be able to
You ever hear of it?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
Dinner. The dude's fat as hell, and his wife is blowing him.
Yeah.
When they hit that lady, and she's like,
Yeah. Curse of the White Man from Town.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what would happen to me if that one Curb episode when Jeff was getting blown and they got into an accident and his wife was stuck under the steering wheel?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying these both prove that you're making excuses.
I got a Malibu. It's not happening. You know, I got a small
Seats
car.
back
Big
as
guy,
far as it can go.
fat guy in a little car. You know what I mean? Not happening.
I know you can barely jerk off while you're driving in that car, huh?
Yeah, you got to do it through the steering wheel.
And you can
Gotta
only do
know how
it
to
when you
hook
go to
the
left
arm.
turns.
You know what I mean? Got to stretch in the morning to get that out.
It's called the club.
Really shifting gears driving to
Somebody
work.
sounds like they don't want roadhead. That's what I'm hearing. They're making a lot of excuses.
Now we're going to switch to a montage of Fats exercising, trying to get skinny enough to get roadhead.
I'll get
down
there
the
one
beach
day.
like Rocky.
Hey, from 5'10" in 2017, hey, 250 is the goal. 2023.
You were 510 pounds.
510 pounds. 2017. 2019, I seen the doctor. He said, you're not going to make 50 if you go on like this. I turned into Rocky.
Right on.
And the journey's not over, folks. And hit that subscribe button, and maybe one day you'll see me hit that 250 goal.
There you go.
50 pounds away, baby.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have a weigh-in.
Yeah. Oh, I'm for it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Keto is starting on. I did it keto. You want to lose weight, folks? Keto. Hit the subscribe button. I'll tell you tips later.
There you go.
You got to hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, and for the secret, right?
Yeah, it's for the
to
secret.
lose
I got
weight.
tons of secrets. I mean, yeah, so 510 pounds 2017. Through that, and then 2019 is when I seen the doctor. He said, you got to lose weight, not, you know, or you're going to die or whatever. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that really wakes you up. So I know how to, I lost that much weight in like a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it can be done.
That's
I
good.
want to try.
It was pretty much like giving Jesse a piggyback ride for 20 years, bro.
Yeah. It's so much. You don't realize what you miss out on when you're 510 pounds. The things that you don't realize you can't do anymore.
Like what?
Your fucking dick missed you, huh, bro?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, like 2 inches came back easily, dude. Easily. I was like, right on.
Nice.
You forgot? I forgot I was that big.
You can't even clip your own toenails.
Can't clip your toenail. Showering was the worst. You had to make apparatuses. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, your wife's back brush makes a good ass brush. But yeah, wiping your ass was almost impossible. You know what I mean? Another 5 pounds, wiping your ass wasn't happening.
Oh, shit.
Without pulling a muscle.
Need a
You know what I mean?
bidet.
Plus, you'll lean on the toilet, crack the toilet seat. You know what I mean?
How many chairs did you break? Regular chairs.
A lot, dude. It was so bad, dude. When I was that big, I was scared to sit in chairs. Like people like especially if you're outside, like at a get together, and people like pull out a folding chair.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like, are you fucking with me? Do you see how big I am? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How fat was he?
I remember when we were Crumbs, young Crumbs, we were getting a little feisty in your yard one day, and we broke all your mom's
Plastic chairs?
plastic
Yeah.
chairs, and then just switched them with your next door neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Put all her broken chairs in her yard and
They
switched.
fucking hated us, dude.
They were so fucking mad. Poor
The people that lived connected to you is right
Connected
next
to
door.
Yeah. They had the same
man.
set.
They wanted to cook that stuff on Sundays that stunk
Yeah.
my whole house up.
We know they're watching.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Well,
we were fucking assholes.
We're getting
sorry.
we got a little off. What happened to these people? Like, okay, they crashed
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
UPS truck. So what the hell happened?
Oh, well, they crashed in the truck. I just wanted to get on to where,
They crashed in the
Where
truck.
what? You want to get your dick sucked while you're
yeah,
driving?
charges are pending, if that's what you're wondering.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, because
I thought the more fascinating story was that the school did the research on it, and
Yeah.
that 37% of kids in South Dakota are getting blowjobs while they're driving.
Them 37%. I'm going to say 36% of them are not from South Dakota, and they just go there for college because that's all South Dakota has is.
But you think
Major
you think you
college.
want to go to
There's
South
100
Dakota?
people in a room, and 37 of them.
Moral of the
Went through
story
this.
is you're riding home with Fats.
Yeah, how about it? Break this Malibu out, baby.
That's right.
I got the steering wheel up and the seat back. Woo! Yeah, pucker up, pal. Ain't nothing wrong with it, right? Hit the subscribe button, find out what happens next week.
We're going to record the ride home.
Dash cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got them cameras that cops have in their cars.
Best I can do is an oven mitt. That's the best I'm going to. Best I help you out.
Got my ear listening.
All right, folks.
But
find out next week what happened with these two guys on their ride home.
we want to quick talk about the story from last week.
Yeah.
Just a real quick retraction.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Last week we told a story about how there was
Christ.
a milkman. I can't remember the guy's name.
It was Randy.
Randy something.
Hold on.
You know, this is comedy, folks.
But listen.
I tell story. I read a story. I bring it to use.
But
we're not
It's fake.
reporters.
Did you enjoy the story?
Well, real quick for context, last week he told a story about a guy named Randy something or other was a
Jefferson.
milkman. Randy Jefferson.
No, Randy
who fa-
Jeffries. Randy Jeffries.
Jeffries, who fathered 800 children.
800 plus.
Town, 800 plus as the milkman. And I was throughout the whole thing, I'm like, this is insanity. Like the entire grade school up to high school.
Chris
with his
knew
kids.
it was fake.
I knew it was fake because like these guys all knew.
Yeah, everybody knew all of a sudden.
It was obvious like
But
the
me.
whole unless he was like because unless he was selling like special milk and going around like snake
Yeah, he was
oil
delivering
juice
the milk,
town
right.
to town
All right.
like look at I got all these different milks like
You gotta talk like he did.
It
back
all
then,
made
you know what I'm
sense.
saying?
yeah,
It all made sense.
Yeah.
They threw in that they used DNA.
Yeah,
It was during wartime.
that's
or
right.
Something.
Right.
Husbands
So
were away.
there's a lot of dudes away. There's a term for guys that are knocking off servicemen's
Milkman.
wives.
but it was
Jody,
fake. The story
there's
was
a
not
term.
real.
Well,
But it was not real.
When the kid don't look like the dad, it's it must be the milkman.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they said exactly mailman.
But I think if we didn't tell the
Milkman.
folks at home that this story was fake, 50% of us think it was real, 50% was wrong. Think it was fake. I think.
Huh?
I think if we didn't say that it was fake, but we did,
Right.
because it was.
We kind of
I think still the folks at home, 50% would still believe that it was true, and there would be 50% that thought it was real. Or fake or whatever.
But this week, the story that he told was real. We didn't.
Yeah.
They
more
fact-checked
researched.
it.
Yeah, fact checked it a
we
little.
put the
more
team on it.
because
Eh.
we don't.
But
as
we all
fun-
looked at it when we took a shit.
Yeah,
That's
as
about
fun as
all.
it is to read fake stories and try to debunk them, we want to. There's plenty of real Crumb stories out there that aren't fake, that I think we could touch on more than those Star and Onion stories.
I'll slip
Yeah.
one in. I'm going to get one past the goalie. I'm going to get a fake story in there and make the whole world believe me.
Okay, we're looking forward to that.
But, the only way you can hear it is if you hit that subscribe button.
That's right. We'll tell you where he found DB Cooper's money.
Yeah, and what he spent it on.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Subscribe.
All right, well, it's time for our See You Next Tuesday segment. You guys ready for that? Or does anybody have anything else Crumb related or funny shit we should talk about?
I wanted to talk about my love for butter.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I'm interested in that.
Let's hear what you
Let's
got
hear
to say
about your
about
love
Like
for butter.
actual
Can I
butter.
tell you
He
three-
don't have a Coke problem.
Yeah, not the booger sugar. Can I tell you three guys and the folks at home that I love butter? That my love for butter is insane.
Well, you didn't say anything about it, but I can tell.
Yeah, like it's so bad. Like my wife keeps one in the refrigerator, like 4 bars in the refrigerator because she likes to bake. She's a great baker, and then we always have one on the counter, right?
Hold on.
For toast.
Use regular butter or the Irish salted butter?
It's butter, dude.
No.
I don't know.
Go get the Irish salted butter and the green shit. Go ahead. Continue with your story. Sorry.
I'm sure I'll forget.
I'll text you a link.
Shout out Irish butter.
So anyway, like I love butter. Ever since I was a little kid, I would eat butter off the stick. I would bite it. Dude, even to this day. The other day I was making toast because we love sourdough at my house. Toasted some sourdough. Shout out Milton, Delaware, best sourdough in the world. Put the sourdough down. The butter that's on the counter is already soft. Put it on there. Like I said, cut a chunk off. Right there, dude. It's so good. I love butter, dude.
Did you ever have weed butter?
Yeah. Well, no, I
Eat it
didn't.
on toast.
My sister-in-law gave it to my wife, and she enjoyed it. But Yeah, I love butter, man, and it's fucking great. It's fucking delicious, and they say it's bad for your cholesterol and all that shit.
Yeah.
Guess what? I just had my blood work done by my doctor a week ago. Guess what? Doctor came in, gave me a high five. Everything is perfect. Cholesterol, all my levels perfect. I don't want to hear that shit. That shit is all bullshit.
Nah.
He's gonna get a call tomorrow. Like,
Wait, calm down.
I tell you, I
He's
need
having a
some
heart attack.
results
Yeah.
with
I'm getting worked up over here.
with Jim Chickarella.
Nah, when my son was like 2, he went to the doctors for his little checkups or whatever, and they said that he had high cholesterol.
That's crazy.
Then
as a
we
little
couldn't
kid.
figure it out. And like when we came home, probably a day or 2 later, we open up the fridge and see the butter stick there, and there's bites taken out of it.
No,
He was just eating them like fucking Snickers bars.
Right on. He does
We're
this
like,
good.
oh shit, this is why he had high cholesterol. He did this shit before he went to the doctors, but that was always his shit.
That
Like,
shit is crazy.
We would open the door to go to Al's Cold Cuts, and he would just run right in there to their big giant pickle jar, reach his arm all the way in there, pull one out, take a bite, throw it back.
Wow.
And he would do it every time he went in there. They would just laugh.
Speaking of Al's cold cuts, that's weird that he said that with the pickle jar. Because back in the day when I was little, me and my brother Tone, we were in Al's cold cuts with my dad, right? And we had these brand new Dukes of Hazzard hats. Tone had a black one, I had an orange one. And we were like 2 fat kids at the pickle thing, right? And Tone opens it up and reached in there to grab pickles. My brand new Dukes of Hazzard hat fell in the pickle thing.
Oh, man.
How weird is that his son sticks his arm in there? We're boys now, right? And that years before that in the 80s, probably 85, 84, whatever, my fucking Dukes of Hazzard hat fell in that same pickle.
And I've been to Al's. That Dukes of Hazzard hat is probably still in that fucking barrel.
I don't care what store it is, any store that has a pickle thing, I've always, even as a kid, thought to myself, what the fuck are they doing? Like, that's got to be the only thing that I thought in my head is like, there's so much vinegar and salt and shit, it's killing all the shit.
Dude.
In like 2005, 2006,
Gross.
if you ever got a half-bitten pickle out of there, it was my kids, so you're cool.
Those pickles are the best pickles in the world. I still buy them today.
Well, I do too, but I
so
think
good.
about it. I'm like, oh, this is gross, but they're so good. Like, so I put them in the bag.
Yeah, I love them,
slice
dude.
them up.
Some
They are
turkey.
the best.
Oh, some turkey and some
But back to the butter.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, back to the butters.
What, you got something else about butter?
Yeah, the weirdest thing I've ever seen somebody put butter on was in Louisiana. I heard about. I brought soft pretzels, Philly soft pretzels for people out in the world. We have our own soft pretzels, not like the Annie Ann soft
So
pretzels.
good.
Philadelphia soft pretzels. They're shaped like this with 2 holes.
What shape would that
Somebody that would be like a more of
Infinity.
an infinity symbol, but it's more of like, I guess, a rectangle
Yeah,
shape.
they're my favorite,
a
dude.
rounded rectangle.
some
If there's a
mustard.
whatever the math term, help me out here. What do they say?
Geometro?
Metric.
Geometric, I always
Geometric.
get geographic and geometric. Sometimes I get brain farts. What do you want from me? But anyway,
I can
the whole
smell it.
point is, I've never seen anybody never even thought about the idea. They cut it in half, slap butter on it, threw it in the toaster oven.
Ooh.
Slap butter on and throw it in the toaster oven.
Oh,
Never,
man.
all our lives eating soft pretzels all the time, seeing them your whole life. I've never thought I thought to make a sandwich, but
you just turned Fats on to something.
Yeah.
He'll let you
I
know
thought-
next week
now you put,
how that
and
works,
The,
how
the
that
next
tastes.
thing is you cut it in half. You put the butter, put some cheese, some ham.
Yeah.
Then you throw it in
There
the
you go.
toaster oven and make yourself
Almost like a hot ham and cheese on a pretzel.
Yeah.
because they have pretzel hot dogs. They got pretzel rolls and all that, but they're not really pretzel.
You know what
Yeah.
is delicious?
I don't like
though?
a pretzel roll.
If you get a glazed
really
donut
pretzel.
and cut it in half and then put a cheeseburger on it.
Yeah, maybe good.
A bacon cheeseburger on a glazed donut.
Bacon donuts are good.
Telling you, it's delicious.
I never had
Yeah.
one.
Donuts
Joe's
and
has one. I want to try
cupcakes with
it.
bacon, maple bacon. That shit is
Yeah, I
good.
never had it.
Telling you. You know what else is good, my shit? And then I'll let you move on. Toaster strudel ice cream sandwiches.
Dude,
Best
that
shit
sounds like a fucking
Best shit ever.
miracle.
Nah, he makes some
Every
crazy
earth.
good stuff.
Telling
man.
you, bro.
Looked like you were reaching down below there for a
I
second.
almost had to grab myself.
He,
I'm
like,
shoving up over here.
One time, I think he lined a pan with ice cream sandwiches and then put another layer of something else and some other shit. It was
Oh, man.
this guy.
That sounds like
Comes up-
fucking heaven if there was one.
All right. Well, when you were saying your son had Shout out my nephew Jerry. Had
Triple J.
high cholesterol when he was little. Today, I was listening to a podcast, Chris DiStefano. Shout out Chrissy D. Love to have you on the podcast.
Nice.
But he said he had cholesterol when he was little, when he was a kid. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. A kid having high cholesterol?
That's what I thought when he said
When he's
Jerry
little?
had it.
And I forget why he said that he had it, but that's crazy that he said that. And then you told me that story tonight. That's just crazy.
He was probably eating sticks of butter too.
Yeah.
Or eggs. You eat eggs right before your thing, that your cholesterol automatically.
I'm telling you, it's
Goes
bullshit. My blood work proves it.
But would you eat eggs before you went in?
No, because you can't eat before your blood.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. People who, that's like sometimes it could spike.
Oh,
your
yeah.
cholesterol.
But I'm just saying.
People don't think about it. You eat a bunch of hard-boiled eggs or something
Well, he
like
does
that.
have a rare blood type, ragu.
Yeah.
People have that.
Rocky
Prego.
Road. Anyway.
All right, get a prostate exam. We're talking comedy here. I don't know if you guys know at home. You probably do because you're huge fans of ours and you watch every episode and hang on every word we say and tell all your friends to subscribe to Norristown's
All of them.
best new podcast, The Crumb Show. But every Tuesday night, we do open mic comedy up at Soul Joel's, at Sunnybrook up in Pottstown. Sometimes we're the hosts. Sometimes we're just the entertainment. But what's going on with it? Chris was the host this week. Did a really good job.
Thank you,
I'm sure
thank
you
you.
can check out on CPR Comedy 1 on Instagram and probably on Facebook or Facebook and YouTube too. But yeah, it was pretty good this week, man. We had a pretty decent crowd. A couple of new comedians. Shout out to Bill K. First time he came up, he's from Hatboro.
Did he kill it?
Yo, dude.
Yeah.
Like laughing. You were laughing.
I'm saying
Dude.
this guy said it's his first time, but it's almost like he was just a
Impossible.
natural up there, and he just did his thing, and it was funny.
But it wasn't just, he had great fucking jokes.
Stage presence.
Stage presence.
Everything.
Was not nervous or none of it. If he was nervous, you did not know. He killed, laughs the whole fucking time, brought up other shit, like he said some shit about me and Chris, you know, being his first time and welcoming him and all that stuff.
That was his first time.
His first time.
Wow.
Listen to the balls on this guy.
I'm listening.
Never did comedy before.
Right.
From Hatboro. Goes down to the city. Oh, you all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Goes down to the city and goes to one of those clubs to do the open mic, but there's like a procedure and this and that and this and that. And he went down 4 or 5 times and never got on. Then he finally said, fuck it, let me come up to Soul Joel's and see what that's about. But the balls for, and I know a lot of people do it, and shout out to you because it's intimidating as shit, number one, just getting on stage. But to go down to a big club where you don't know what the hell you're getting into, audience members, like bigger crowds than you should be used to. And it's all preparing you for the future if you're planning on getting into it. But for me, I think it takes a lot of balls for a dude to just go to the city and say, I'm going to do open mic.
Absolutely.
Never did it before.
Especially down the city.
Or nothing. You get up there and freeze and fuck your mind up. You never do it again.
Scariest
Or
thing
some
ever.
shit. Somebody tell you suck.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like the place we go, Soul Joel's, is very open. You do what you got to do. You get up there, very supportive.
I mean, you really got to have cojones
And
to
all
get up
that.
there.
It's
to go up
welcome.
to the city and do that, yeah, just to get up on stage and do
Yeah, that's what I'm
open
saying.
mic.
Just to, anywhere.
I'm
Because you
saying-
don't know if you're funny.
No.
That's the
No.
number one thing. You don't know if you're funny.
I mean, unless you're me, I know.
100%.
And even if it's like it's when the slow times when there's not many people, it's still nerve wracking to get up there. Even though you're doing it in front of people, you see it
absolutely.
every week.
Yeah.
You still
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
get that little like, oh, here we go.
Oh, he
Yeah.
said he's nervous as shit. I'm like,
Right.
well, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You never see us jerk offs again? It's
like-
And I told him,
Right.
I told him we're all new. I
Right.
said everybody here is on. Even though we're hosting, it seems like we're the host. These guys must have been doing it. No, this is like my 10th time doing it ever. He was doing a little more but I did it a little bit back in the day, 2 or 3 times, but I don't even count that. But for this, I said, dude, we're all new. We're all just trying to do our thing, and he got real comfortable. And then Jesse, after he scared him, he calmed down a little bit. He's like, "Hey, Jesse was great. Welcomed me on."
Would you give him the Marchese stare?
Nah, man, I just, I gave him the Marchese charm. That's what I gave him. However he felt
Now
for that. disappeared after I welcomed them.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's all about comedy, dude. We're all comedy team.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? We're all
Right.
just trying it out, seeing what happens. We're all a bunch of jerk offs that think we're funny. So you don't know.
Looking forward to some more people coming this week. Hopefully,
Yeah.
you can pack it up with some audience members, some new comics.
Yeah, man. So if you guys are listening, and everybody knows somebody that's funny, so if they think they're funny enough to turn it into something that could happen on the stage, Soul Joel's every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock.
Tuesday.
Check it out. Sometimes
free.
the Crumb Show hosts. Yeah, and it's free. Definitely, that's a benefit.
And they have
Big
alcohol.
benefit. That's a huge benefit.
Yeah.
You can buy alcohol there. You can have a drink, sit down.
Look, if you just meet a
Relax.
girl and on Tuesday night and you want to go on a date and your pockets are low, take her to Soul Joel's. What are you doing?
They have country line dancing that
Yeah,
night,
or you
too.
can go country line dancing, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just telling
But,
you. Do what you want to do.
Reynolds was the host this week, and
Yeah.
we're going to be alternating hosts.
Right,
Me and Chris
right.
sometimes, and a couple of the other comics are going to be doing it occasionally. So what you think about the first time? He was pretty good. He was, went up there, did a couple jokes, introduced people.
Yeah, that's basically what I was trying to do. I was going because I feel like as the host, it's not about me. It was about the comedians. So I, let some people come up, did a joke, 2 or 3 people did one more joke, and then introduced you as the headliner. And
Which means I'm the last guy to sign up.
yeah.
Heard you killed too, by the way.
I mean, speaking of that, Bill was upset because he didn't want to go first, but he's tried to sign up like down at number 5,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
nobody else went
So
before
that
him.
makes you
Everybody
number
else.
one, Bill.
So, but you know what? He sucked. He didn't care. He sucked it up
Yeah,
and went up
the guy
there.
was a trooper. He really was.
But as far as like me, I wasn't really nervous because there was not a lot of pressure. I had a couple of jokes that I had in my head that worked for the time.
So being host takes that edge off. a
Yeah,
little
because you're just going up there. All you got to do is make sure you're keeping the energy level up. Like, hey, keep it going. That's why when you tell a joke, it's just keeping the energy level up for the next guy to come up. Because especially if it was hilarious, like myself, when you're funny, it's easier. And people were there.
The hardest part is remembering the last names, how to pronounce them.
Right, and I had to
you gotta
go
go
up to these
through.
people and be like, listen.
Oh, I
how
forgot
do you
about
say-
that part, yeah.
How do you say that name? And they both, 2 of the guys told me, and even the one guy had to be like, because he wrote it with a funny, like his name was McLaughlin, but he wrote McLaughlin, trying to be funny.
no, that's how you spell McLaughlin.
And I thought you guys all thought I was the idiot.
Shit.
I would have
yeah.
fell for it too, though.
I thought he was trying to be cute.
No, that's how you
Like, what are you
spell
doing here? I'm like, dude, I don't know.
McLaughlin?
McLaughlin. Yeah, I'm like,
His
like,
ID
good one,
says
guy.
McLovin.
Good one. I'm like, oh, this guy,
Honolulu.
he's not even, he's never seen him before. He thinks he's that funny. You're going to write joke names already? Oh, sorry about
Well, I
that.
wrote Mike Hunt, and nobody introduced me.
I had to write your damn name on the thing, but that's okay. 'cause I
Headliners
already
don't need to sign
knew-
up.
they don't need to
That's
sign
right.
up.
Tell him.
Nah,
But
yeah.
but like, I love hosting. Wouldn't mind doing it every time because
It really suits you.
It really just takes all the pressure on me, put it on you. When I just say a few jokes and introduce the people, and I had a good time.
You
I
really
had a
put
good
off hosting
time.
vibes. You do. You got hosting vibes in you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, anytime. I got plenty of more compliments to come.
You hear that? Next week, just me here. I don't need these guys anymore. Thanks for coming in.
Hit that subscribe button if you want to see Chris by himself.
Nobody wants to see Chris by himself. If I do, who knows what I'm going to do? Maybe you do.
That's for his OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
only. Check out my OnlyFans.
Yeah, but the open mic up there is going good. We got last week was a decent crowd. We had some more comedians. Like I said, the new guy Bill. There was one other. What was the other guy? I know we have Jeremy.
Steve.
We had some guy named Steve who came up. We had Jeremy who's there every week, and Dylan who's there every week. And everybody's just trying, getting it together, working on jokes, working on 5-minute sets, and
Dylan.
trying new shit out.
Dylan's
Getting
always
better every
coming up
week.
with fresh material.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying
Fat
to get
man.
you up there Tuesday, brother.
Fat man, he's a
Yeah.
big boss man at work, so it's hard for him to get there every
I got
week.
a little
but,
couple things going on where I gotta venture off on Tuesday nights, but I'll be there. I mean, I'm gonna be there. I haven't stopped writing, so I got plenty of stuff. I got a killer bit I want to get out there. If not, I'm just gonna have to do it on the fucking show. It's gonna get out there because it's like it's got to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like rubbing one out. You got to get it out.
Yeah, jokes are like wet dreams.
Yeah. They're going to come out one way or another.
I'm telling you. And it's hard to write jokes, like to come up with 5 new minutes every week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why people do that. They practice their stuff all the time because it's hard to come up with fresh. But if you got some stuff that you know is gold, you just keep practicing and practicing, getting your stage presence up. It's a good thing. All the comics that come do their best, I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
And we know a few of the crumbs that we know personally. Think they're funny. We think you're funny too. So hey, man, give it a shot. Come on up to Soul Joe's. You don't know what could happen. You get up there and love it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You get up there and piss your pants, and we're going to laugh at you. But we're all going to have fun. So
yeah, one thing you're going to do is not have a bad time. You're not going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Soul Joel's at Sunnybrook in Pottstown, PA. Tuesday nights.
There you go.
Sign-ups at 6:30.
Right.
Goes on at 7.
Sign up at 6:30.
There you go.
And honestly, if you're a little bit late, we're not going to hold you to that. We'll let you come in if you come in at 7 and want to sign up. That's fine too.
Yeah, just come.
Just come.
Just come.
Don't
We
worry
care
about
what time you
times.
get there. Well, why'd you bring it up if you don't really care about times?
Well, because we have.
You brought up times. Now everybody's worried about time.
Everybody's worried. I'm
Nobody
sorry.
cared about time.
You
before.
6:30 sign up. That's when you can come in and sign up. That's all you have to worry about. It starts at 6. The show starts at 7. Sign-ups are at 6:30. I don't care about times but the show will start at fucking 7 o'clock.
You had me at just come.
All right, folks, that's our time for this week. Join us next week for another Crumb show. And
I want real quick.
Hold on, folks. Chris
Sorry,
has
real
something
quick.
to add.
I'm sorry, real
Right.
quick.
What do you got to add?
So I don't know if you want to talk about including the audience in.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up, Chris.
It's always good for something.
Chris is going to explain something to you.
So at the beginning, I told my Crumb story about my stepdad, Dickie the Crumb, his new moniker. And, all of us have done Crumb things or know a Crumb. So we want you to send us your Crumb stories or somebody you know who's a Crumb or whatever, and send it to our Gmail, thecrumbshow
Pictures.
at gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Thecrumbshow at gmail.com. That's the
Hold on.
Crumb Show.
It's the Crumb Show podcast.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Let me just
Again,
check.
got
before we
one
gotta
shot.
Delete
We had
all
one
this out.
fucking
Yeah, we'll
shot.
kill that out.
Just give me the gun. I'll blow my fucking brains out right here.
Or you can go to the Facebook
You
page.
got to join the Patreon to see Fats blow his
The
brains
Facebook
Want
out.
to see me
page.
blow my fucking brains out? Hit the fucking subscribe button.
The Crumb,
I'll do it.
The Crumb Show Pod is our Facebook page, and you can also send any of your questions, any of your Crumb Show stories. Here's the legal thing. We got to go through a little legal bullshit. If you send us your story, it's ours. We have to take permission to get your permission to use it on the Crumb Show. But by sending us your story, you're basically giving us your story to use on the air.
Yeah.
And we're going to use it. We're not going to change it. We're not going to manipulate it. Try not to name names.
And if my lawyer sees this and any of this is void and total bullshit, please message me and let me know, brother.
But anyway, I want you guys to send us your Crumb stories. Could be about yourself. Could be about another Crumb. And if we like your story, we'll talk about it on the next show.
Tell them where to send it.
The email address is thecrumbshowpodcast@gmail.com.
Again,
thecrumbshowpodcast@gmail.com.
folks, it's that simple.
And just a reminder, like Chris said, if you send us something and we like it and we end up talking about it or showing the video or the picture, you know what you're getting into. This shit is going all over the world. Everybody around the world is watching it, so be prepared for it. That's all.
I'm going to also put it on the social media sites. We have the Crumb Show podcast is on all social media. I'm going to make sure we give a little recap and talk about this on there. So if you don't,
No dick pics, please.
Yeah, just send them directly to Chris.
Right. I have a whole. I'll put them in the file with the other one.
And come on, we know yous are all crumbs. Yous all know crumbs, so come with some good ones. You just want to go viral, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
This is how you
Send
do
them
it.
on. Let's go.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Join us next week. We'll see you then.
Happy New Year.
All right.